we welcome you from Orlando, Florida. The Orlando Monarchs playing their first home game here at the UCF softball complex this summer as they host the New York Rise. Eric Lopez here with you on a beautiful hot Monday evening here in Orlando. The Monarchs are coming off a three-game series against the Georgia Smoke, where the Atlanta Smoke, where they played a three-game series up in the Bahamas. The Monarchs won the first game of that series, but only to drop the next two games in that series in the Bahamas. So then they now are back here for a quick game here before back on the road for the Monarchs. This will be their first of 9 games played here at the UCF softball complex. And it is certainly one of the storylines for this game for Megan Wiggins, the head coach of the Monarchs, the former Georgia Bulldog great, is certainly kind of figuring out what they have and blending in some of the new faces on this roster with some of the returners from a year ago, a very young roster with Megan Wiggins here as the head coach. Of course, he's been coaching in the travel ball scene. Got off to a great start, and she'll be calling the number of Caitlin Felton today. We'll be getting the ball for the Monarchs. More on her in a moment. Meanwhile, for the Rise, they've been playing all over the place. They played last week up against the OKC Spark, and of course played against the Vibes this past weekend up north in Bradenton, Florida. And as we go through the lineups for the Rise, it's a team that is certainly very experienced. And they will have, of course, Alex Brown will lead it off at third base, the rookie out of Clemson, with Jenna Laird, the Missouri Tiger great, at shortstop batting second. Riley Blampede playing at second base tonight, hitting third, with Courtney Day, the rookie out of Arkansas, in the DP spot hitting cleanup. Lauren Lucas, the rookie out of Wichita State, playing right field and hitting fifth. Carly Spade, the all-time home run leader at Miami of Ohio, All-American, playing first base tonight, hitting sixth, with Sophia Nugent, the rookie catcher, batting seventh. Ashley Treeweiler at center field for the Rise, and Kayla Weddle in left field. So that is the lineup for the Rise. You look at the Monarchs defensively, it'll be Alyssa Garcia behind the plate with Allie Skaggs at third, Kylie Sand at shortstop, with Kat Rodriguez, the rookie out of North Carolina, at second base, with Julia Kusananopoulos over at first base. Stormy Kotzelnick, the rookie out of UCF, in left field, with Morgan Smith at center field, and Alex Coleman in right field, with, as I mentioned, Alyssa Garcia catching the rookie Caitlin Felton, rookie out of UCF. She knows this facility very well, and it should be unique for them. We'll follow that storyline for both sides. What has been a beautiful day, not a cloud to be found here in Orlando, as they are introducing the starting lineups. The Monarchs you see right there, the dark jerseys. Kusanopoulos here at being introduced. There's Caitlin Felton, number 8. Of course, played all 4 years at UCF. Helped UCF get to 4 NCAA tournament regionals, and of course, pitched a good chunk of her games on this very field, as she is introduced here at the UCF softball complex. We're taking now for a break. We'll have first pitch and more coming up.
Please rise and remove your caps as you honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
And welcome back here from Orlando. Get moments away from first pitch. You see Caitlin Felton, rookie out of UCF, of course. This is her home. Knows that circle very well. Pitched here for 4 years, from 22 to 25. The top 10 in numerous pitching categories in the history of UCF, and how fitting that she will get the ball here in the Monarchs' first ever game here, played at the UCF softball complex. Somebody that knows how this ballpark plays. She got the win on opening night in the Bahamas against the Atlanta Smoke, and then came in relief to close out the Saturday game up in the Bahamas. And really had a good weekend in the Bahamas. And she is set to go. Glad you could join us wherever you are for some pro softball here from Orlando on this Monday night. Alex Brown will lead it off against Caitlin Felton. Two rookies going head-to-head here, with Brown, the rookie from Clemson, against Felton, the rookie from UCF. Of course, the Rise head coach, Michaela Trentsu, the assistant coach at Binghamton, former Missouri Tiger. In fact, she played on this field as a member of the Missouri Tigers. Glad to be back in these facilities, talking to her before the game. And here we go. Felton, first pitch to Brown. And we're underway. As missed there for a ball, 1-0 the count. Of course, Alex Brown had a great year, senior year with Clemson. Got to the Super Regionals. This is for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Here in the top of the first inning. Felton on a 2-0 pitch. That is hit through the left side and through. A base hit, a leadoff single for Alex Brown. For the Rise, get the leadoff runner on here to start the ball game. That'll bring up Jenna Laird to the plate. Of course, Laird, a former Missouri Tiger, Gold Glove Award winner and All-American. Played for Larissa Anderson at Missouri, steps in.
Yeah.
That's bunted foul, of course. That's the same ties with Michaela Trentsu, who played for Larissa Anderson during her time at Missouri. So a lot of familiar faces here. Laird, in fact, as a freshman, played here in her first week in Division I softball in this field when Missouri played UCF. The 0-1 from Felton. There's the bunt. It's a well-executed one. There will be one play, throw to first in time, as Allie Skaggs makes the play, throwing to first for the first out, but Brown advances to second on the sacrifice bunt.
The second baseman, number 26, Riley Blampede.
Going to bring up Riley Blampede to the plate. Right-handed hitter, Blampede steps in against Felton. First pitch, a strike. One of the keys for the Monarchs was to get off to a good start. That's what they did on Thursday, but not so much on Friday and Saturday, and kind of let the momentum go against them against the Smoke. It's a swing and a miss, so the count is 0-2 to Blampede. Gotta wonder there's Megan Wiggins. First All-American great at Georgia. Great pro career. He's done it all in the sport. A slow grounder to first. Easy play there made by Julia to retire Blampede. Brown does advance to third on the play, but there are now 2 outs here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up Courtney Day, the rookie out of Arkansas, who had an incredible senior year for Courtney Deifel and the Razorbacks, and has been off to a great start for the Rise this season. She's been crushing the ball and pick up where she left off at Arkansas. Takes ball 1. 1-0 the count to Courtney Day, who had to be talked into coming back to playing college softball. Thought her career was over in the fall, last fall at the strike. But decided to give it a shot, and boy, what it was a good thing for Arkansas. She had a heck of a year, helping the Razorbacks get to a super regional win away from the World Series. A ball and a strike to count. Felton delivers in the dirt. Good block there by Alyssa Garcia, making her 3rd start. She started the first 2 games up in the Bahamas. And starting here tonight with Felton pitching. The 2-1 pitch. That's foul back. Yeah, the count is 2-2. Again, Alex Brown at third base. She singled to start this game. Advanced to second on a sac bunt by Laird, and then advanced to third on the ground out to first by Blampy. The 2-2, Day fouls it off. There's Felton. I wonder what's going through her mind, seeing these familiar grounds. It's the 2-2. Gets a foul that off. Came out of Verico, Florida. Was part of that UCF 2022 team that hosted a regional in this very stadium for the first time in program history and won that regional, beating Michigan and got to the Super Regionals. That was when Felton was a freshman. The 2-2 pitch. Day fouls it off. Of course, he played under UCF head coach Sidney Ball Malone. It helped UCF get to 4 NCAA tournaments. Had her best year this year. Kind of used as a starter hyphen high leverage pitcher. Got him to a regional final in Austin, Texas, where they would end up losing to the eventual national champions Texas Longhorns. 2-2 pitch. Day goes around and strikes out, and Felton gets the K to end the threat. A scoreless first for the rookie. Felton sends us to the bottom of the first. The Monarchs will come to the plate when we come back.
So wearing blue leggings. Welcome back here to Orlando, bottom of the first, as
As you see the Rise warming up there, Courtney Weish getting the ball here for the Rise. Look at the defense with Weddle at left field, with Treeweiler at center, Lauren Lucas at right field, Blampede at second base, Carly Spade at first, Jenna Laird at short, Alex Brown at third, with Sophia Nugent behind the plate catching Weish. They'll be facing this Monarchs lineup that'll be set the tone with Alex Coleman to lead it off, playing right field, followed by Kylie Sand at shortstop, Morgan Smith at center field hitting third, Mac Barbara DP hitting cleanup, Allie Skaggs third base, with Alyssa Garcia catching. As the first pitch from Weish, they appeal to third base, no swing, and the count is 1-0. Kat Rodriguez in the lineup. There you see Weish played at Maryland from 2020 to 2023. And that ball's hit to the left side. Laird is there, will throw, no play. No play. That's a hit, an infield hit. And the Monarchs get on with a first infield hit here by Alex Coleman. That'll bring up Kylie Sand to the plate. Kind of to finish up the Monarchs lineup, Rodriguez in the 7th spot, Kusanopoulos batting 8th, and Stormy Kotzelnick hitting 9th for the Monarchs. Here's Sand. Former Rutgers Scarlet Knight takes for a ball. 1-0 the count to Kylie Sand. You got Weish starting here for the Rise. There's an off-speed pitch for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Sand is high for a ball. 2-1 the count. Coleman at first base. 2-1 pitch. High, ball 3. 3-1 the count. So 3-1 the count. Sand takes one up high, ball 4. That'll be a walk. So a single and a walk here in the first for the Monarchs. That'll bring up Morgan Smith to the plate. So Smith will come to the plate here. We'll see how Megan Wiggins plays this, the head coach here. Morgan Smith played at Rutgers. Does she sacrifice Morgan here with 2 on, nobody out here in the first inning? Or does she let her hit away? Smith takes a strike, and it's 0-1. So Smith has good power. Plus, you know, Megan Wiggins played for those Georgia teams. They're all dependent on the big long ball and those big innings. That's missed there low for a ball. 1-1 the count. There you see Coach Wiggins. The 1-1 pitch. Outside. 2-1. So 2-1 the count. Of course, you got a big dangerous bat coming up in the rookie Mac Barbara on deck. The 2-1 pitch. Hit up the middle, off Weish, and everybody's going to be safe. That'll be an infield hit for Smith, and they're loaded with nobody out here for the Monarchs. Coach Transu is going to come out here to check on Weish as that ball will get right back at her. Making sure she's all right, which she nods yes. Let's take a look at the replay here. Right, knocked it out. Of course, pitchers have always that instinct. But now you got bases loaded, nobody out for the rookie Mac Barbara. Just finished her career at Texas A&M. takes a strike, where she played at San Diego State prior to that, where she helped Stacy Newman get to a super regional. Explosive bat here at the plate, down on the count 0-1 here. That's missed for a ball, 1-1 the count to Mac Barbara. Of course, finished her career at A&M, helped them get to the #1 overall national seed. Hits it to the right side. Nice play. There's a tag at second for a force out. They throw home, not in time. Coleman will score. And the Monarchs take an early 1-0 lead. As Blampede made a nice play. As you look at the play here, Blampede, just a good job just to come up with that ball and tagged Morgan Smith to get the out, but had no chance to get Alex Coleman at home plate. Allie Skaggs, the former Arizona Wildcat, at the plate. Takes a strike there, 0-1 the count. Bases now at first and third with 1 out. 1 run in. They're swinging a miss by Skaggs. Of course, played for Caitlin Lowe, recruited by the legendary Mike Andrea in Arizona. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. In fact, she was a freshman in Mike Andrea's last year in Arizona. Got to play in the World Series. Hitting here with 2 on, 1 out. You got Sand at third base, Mac Barber at first base. Strike 3 looking, frozen. As Skaggs goes down on strikes, big strikeout for Weish for the second out here in the first inning. Look at Weish here. Got the corner there for the strikeout. Now Alyssa Garcia, the catcher, to hit. 2 on, 2 out. And Weish seems to have settled down a little bit here, delivering that first pitch strike to Garcia. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her to chase upstairs. And the count is 0-2. To the former UCLA Bruin. And a swing and a miss. Garcia goes down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Weish to end the inning. But the Monarchs get a run on 2 hits. Strain 2. We're through 1 here in Orlando with the Monarchs with a 1-0 lead.
I do, but I don't got a shot. She got a white visor on.
Lauren Lucas will lead it off here for the Rise. Lucas will be followed by Spade and Nugent. Felton delivers. First pitch grounded to third. Nice grab by Skaggs, who throws to first in time. 5-3 on the ground out. And Lauren Lucas, the rookie from Wichita State, is retired on one pitch here for the second inning. That'll bring up Carly Spade. Steps in her second professional season. Of course, had an All-American legendary career at Miami of Ohio. Top 5 all-time in college softball and home runs in a career. This is really the part of the Rise lineup that has a ton of power for Day and Lucas, Spade, and Nugent. As Spade hits a fly ball to center, but playable. Playing a little bit of wind there tonight here in Orlando, but Morgan Smith is under that for the catch for the second out of the inning. Of course, this park, UCF, of course, the home of the UCF Knights of the Big 12, plays pretty big, 220 to center, 200 to right and left. When the wind's blowing out, that's when it really favors the offense here. Otherwise, as many would say, it favors the pitchers. Nobody knows that better than Felton. Sophia Nugent hits a high fly ball to deep left. That'll be over the head of Kotzelnick and off the wall. And a slide into second. And a double by the rookie, Sophia Nugent. For the Rise. Big hit there as the Rise getting a runner in scoring position. There you see Nugent wearing number 17 today. The rookie from Tennessee nearly got this one out of the park. Good job by Morgan Smith backing up Kotzelnick there on the play. Now Ashley Treeweiler at the plate. With runner at second and 2 outs. Of course, played at Grand Canyon for Shannon Hayes. And that great program was part of the Grand Canyon team that made history a couple of years ago when they knocked off UCLA in a regional. It's a butt. A check swing. It counted 0-2. Grand Canyon was a 4 seed where UCLA was the number 2 overall national seed. They beat them in that opening game. The 0-2 from Felton. Low, and it gets past Garcia. And that'll advance the runner to third with 2 outs. So now the dilemma is you've got the tying run at third base with 2 outs here in the second inning with a 1-2 count. That is hit to the right side and through. Base hit that will tie the game up at 1. As Treeweiler with a 2-out, 2-strike RBI single ties this ball game up at 1. Kayla Weddle at the plate now. First pitch was a ball, 1-0 the count. One and 0 the count. That is missed 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Slow grounder to short. Oh, a stumble, throw to first, not in time. Throw to second, they do get her out at second base. Good defense by the Monarchs there, watching the play, and they get the runner out at second to end the inning. But the Rise tie it up on a RBI single. And at the end of an inning and a half, we're tied at 1, but a good defense here by the Monarchs. As you look at this last play, Sand stumbled a little bit there, and then a little bit of a hesitation by Weiler, and got caught and thrown out at second base. 1-1, we head to the bottom of the second between here the Monarchs and the Rise.
Leading off for your Monarchs, the second baseman, number 33, Rodriguez.
Rookie Cat Rodriguez out of North Carolina to lead it off. Takes ball 1. 1-0 the count. Hitting in the 7th spot in the lineup tonight. Followed by Julia and Stormy, 7, 8, 9 in the Monarchs order. Of course, Rodriguez among the nation's leaders in RBIs this past year with North Carolina. Had an All-American year under Megan Smith-Lyon after, of course, playing at Pittsburgh, but transferred to North Carolina. 2-0s missed low. 3 balls and no strikes to count. Cat Rodriguez helped North Carolina get to an NCAA regional this past year. .30 pitch, high, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to Cat Rodriguez here to start the Monarchs' second inning. Julia Kusenapolis, former Arizona and Wildcat and Tennessee Volunteer. Played their last 2 years at Tennessee. Will step in, takes ball 1. Now we have a quick word here. Nugent will talk to her pitcher, Weish. Ball and no strikes to count. And try to kind of settle down Weish here. Monarchs scored 1 in the first.
Yeah, sorry.
Rise tied it up in the top of the second. The 1-0. Just missed away. 2-0. .20 pitch. That's a good pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Of course, the Monarchs' next game here at UCF will be a week from tonight. Well, they'll play the Smoke once again. There's a strike there. Good comeback by Weish. Count will be 2-2. Of course, those two teams played in the Bahamas here to kick off the 2025 season. Swing and a miss. Good comeback by Weiss to get Julia for the strikeout. One gone here in the second inning. That'll bring up Stormy Kotzelnick to the plate. The rookie from UCF as you look at the last pitch for the strikeout. So here's Kotzelnick, who played her last 2 years of college softball on this very field at UCF. And she takes ball one. She hits here with 1 on, 1 out, can play all 3 outfield positions as well as second base. Of course, helped UCF transition into the Big 12. UCF playing the last 2 years as a Big 12 conference. The swing there. Kotzelnick really finished her UCF career really well. Had an incredible Austin Regional where she tied, in fact, a UCF record for most hits in an NCAA regional in the victory over Michigan to get them to a regional final. It's a strike. Excuse me, that was against Eastern Illinois in an elimination game to get them within a game of the regional final. There they would end up beating Michigan. Ball and 2 strikes to Kotzelnick. Kotzelnick slices one into left center. That will drop in for a hit into the gap. Rodriguez will be set, and she will score without a throw. It's an RBI double by the rookie Stormy Kotzelnick, and it gives the Monarchs a 2-1 lead. That's very much vintage Stormy Kotzelnick, and she did that throughout her 2 years here at UCF. As you look at Rodriguez going on the play, easily scoring. So the Monarchs regained the lead 2-1. Coleman at the plate slaps foul. Coleman singled back in the first.
That was crazy.
And scored. That gave the Monarchs a 1-0 lead.
Oh, it's right there, it's right there.
The 0-1 pitch to Coleman. Low for a ball. 1-1 the count. Stormy Kotzelnick at second base. The rookie from UCF with the double to give the Monarchs a 2-1 lead here in the second inning. Coleman laid off a bunt show there, and the count is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Up high, ball 3. 3-1 to count. Three and one to count. Infield playing in at the corners. And right to third. They'll throw to first in time to get Coleman. Nice play by Brown to throw out Coleman, and playing in there really benefited the Rise there. I mentioned she was cheating in as you look at the play there and to get the speedy Coleman. That's a big out. Kotzelnick stayed at second. So now runner at second, 2 outs for Kylie Sam. First pitch, ball 1. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. To strike, and it count is 1-1 to Sand, who walked back in the first inning. A ball and a strike to count. Low ball 2. 2-1. 2-1. Did she hold her swing? The umpire at third says yes, she did. And Sand now ahead of the count. 3 balls and a strike. That's going to bring out head coach Michaela Transu. And now the umpires are going to discuss something. And they double checked to see if she went on. I think that's what it was. Transu was asking to see it. Are you sure that Sand didn't go on that swing? And they all talked and they said, no swing. Stormy didn't leave early either. 3-1 pitch. It's a strike and it's 3-2. Of course, Michaela Transu is an assistant coach with Jess Bump at Binghamton. What a year they had. Winning their conference tournament, making the regionals, was a 3 seed in the Eugene Regional. Historic year for them. Sand, here's a topper. It's going to be a tough play. No play. There'll be no play. Kotzelnick, though, caught between third and home. And the Rise are trying to complete this relay as Blampede tags Kotzelnick to end the inning, as Kotzelnick, the rookie, had overly aggressive there between third and home and gets caught to end the inning. However, Kotzelnick with the RBI double gives the Monarchs a 2-1 lead through 2 here on a Monday night in Orlando.
Tell him I got that reference.
Welcome back. There you see Caitlin Felton. Back to work here at the top of the 3rd inning. Facing Alex Brown. Top of the order for the Rise. It'll be Brown, Laird, and Blampede here in the 3rd inning. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Monarchs. A run, 4 hits, no errors for the Rise. Felton on the 1-0. Missed there 2-0. Of course, Felton, as I mentioned, played here 4 years, made over 90 appearances at UCF, majority of them on this field. The 2-0 pitch. Is in there for a strike. She joins a long list of UCF alum pitchers that have played professionally over the years. Allison Kime, Shelby Turnier, Sarah Willis, and Caitlin Felton. Here's a ground to first. Nice scoop. And a run to first and a nice play by Julia to get Brown on the ground out to first base for the first out here in the 3rd inning.
The shortstop, number 3, Jenna Laird.
Jenna Laird will come to the plate. She had a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Laird is missed for a ball. 1-0 the count. One 0 pitch. High 2-0 the count to Laird. The 2-0 count here. Two 0 pitch. Laird, that was inside, in there for a strike. 2-1 now the count.
She told you to look up her trivia.
2-1 the count. Laird slices one into left. It's carried a little bit. And that ball is gone. Solo homer by Jenna Laird ties this game up at 2 apiece here in the third on a solo homer by Laird. That ball just kept going and going. Found like a tunnel, and it got out of here. Let's take a look here. This ball sliced to left. You wonder, would it have enough? And it did. So a 2-2 ball game. Blampede to hit here. Blampede fouls it off.
See what you mean, Tanner. What you said earlier.
So Blampede now hit after the Laird home run. So both times the Monarchs have gone up and taken the lead. The Rise has responded in the following inning. The 0-1. It's low in the dirt. So a ball and a strike course. It's hot. And again, not a cloud to be found. Not much of a win. Of course, softball games are played here in the fall with fall ball and then the college season from February to April to May. Fouled off. And the count is 1-2. This is the first professional softball game played here in 15 years. Of course, this stadium opened in 2006. The 1-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. And Blampede goes down on strike. Strikeout for Felton. Her second of the ball game. 2 outs. You see, she got her to chase it outside the strike zone and away. And now Courtney Day takes one outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss there as Felton pulled the strings a little bit. Count is 1-1. One pitch. Is there 2-1. The first of 9 dates for the Monarchs here at this complex. They'll have a 3-game series next week, starting next Monday against the Smoke. 2-1 pitch, fouled off. And the count is 2-2. course, that'll be plenty of storylines there. One of them being, of course, the Smoke have Jada Cody will be making her homecoming. She played her career here at UCF, was a teammate with Felton for 3 seasons. The 2-2. All 3 high, 3-2
Yes,
the count.
bro. Yes.
So Day has worked the count here full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This missing RDR like 2 like that is crazy.
Payoff pitch just missed. Ball 4 and a walk to Courtney Day. So a home run and a walk in the inning. This inning started with a ground out to first and then a strikeout. With a home run and now a walk. Lauren Lucas steps in now, the rookie from Wichita State. Will hit here with runner at first and 2 outs. Takes a strike and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Lucas missed ball 1. 1-1 to count. Of course, the Rise will be going back up to New York this week. As Lucas hits a fly ball to left, but playable. As Katsonek makes the play to retire the side. The Rise tie it up on a solo homer by Jenna Laird. And at the end of 2.5 here in Orlando, we're all tied at 2.
Leading off for your Monarchs, the center fielder, number 37, Morgan Smith.
Heart of the order coming up here for the Monarchs. In the bottom of the 3rd, it'll be Morgan Smith to lead it off, followed by Mac Barbara and Allie Skaggs. First pitch low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Smith singled back in the 1st inning. The 1-0. It's there. 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Missed there. 3-0. Weiss still in. Started this game for the Rise. Smith swings, hits it to right, but playable. As the catch is made. for the first out of the inning as Lucas makes the play at right field. On the fly out, Smith retired.
Player number 31, Barbara.
Got to bring up Mac Barbara, reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Monarchs had bases loaded in the first, scored only 1 run. Now the rookie Barbara takes low for a ball, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch to Barbara is a strike, and it's 1-1 the count. Make sure you follow the Monarchs on Instagram. All the latest on the schedule, all the news. There's a liner to short caught by Laird for the second out here in the third.
The third baseman, number 99, Ali Skaggs.
So that'll bring up Ali Skaggs to the plate. Struck out back in the first inning. Slices that into right. And just foul. Just foul. And the count is 0-1. The 0-1. Slow to dirt, ball 1-1 the count. One pitch. Outside, ball 2-1. Two-one pitch. Skaggs pops it up behind first base. Calling it and making the catch is Blampede for a quick 1-2-3 inning. First time Weish has retired the Monarchs in order. We are through 3 here in Orlando, all tied at 2.
Stop.
Leading off for the Rise, the first baseman, number 40, Carly Stick.
Top of the fourth here in Orlando, tied 2-2. Caitlin Felton, the rookie out of UCF, will back to work here. First pitch from Felton. Hit to short, backhand, not come up with it cleanly, and everybody will be safe. Sand couldn't come up with it cleanly. We'll see how they score it. The Rise get the leadoff runner on regardless here in the fourth as Spade gets on the air. Now Nugent, who doubled back in the second inning, takes for a ball. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. Missed outside, 2-0. So Spade at first base, reaching on the air by Sam. The official scoring, 2-0 pitch. Low, and it's 3-0. Nugent, who doubled in the second inning. We'll see if she gets a green light from Coach Transu here on a 3-0 counter. Takes. She takes, and it takes outside, ball 4, and a walk so to Nugent. So now you've got first and second, nobody out in the fourth for Treeweiler. Ashley Treeweiler, who had an RBI single back in the second inning. We'll see if what Treeweiler does here. Left-handed hitter. Shows bunt, pulled back, takes ball 1. 1-0 the count, draws the Monarchs defense in. An error and a walk in the inning. That was kind of a bugaboo in the 2 losses for the Monarchs over in the Bahamas. There's a bunt, and that will go foul as Garcia did a smart thing there. Let it go foul. And the count is 1-1. Of course, the Monarchs get to practice here, so they get familiar with how this park plays. And Garcia looked very comfortable there. Action now in the Monarchs bullpen. It's Felton here with a 1-1 count. And it's hit to the right side. They'll go to second for 1, and that's what they'll get. Nice play by the rookie Rodriguez at second just to come up with it. That was it took a kind of a tricky hop there. But she got the force out throwing the sand at second base. Spade now, though, at third base with Treeweiler at first. Nugent retired on the play at second. Kayla Weddle now at the plate. 2-time Player of the Year out of Illinois, Chicago. First pitch, a strike. There goes Treeweiler, who thought about sliding, but decided to stumble in there. She'll get teased up a little bit there from the dugout. There you see the Monarchs bullpen warming up. The 0-1, the strike. Felton ahead 0-2. Vickers warming up there in the bullpen for the Monarchs. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Weddle goes down on strikes. Big strikeout for Felton. 2 gone here in the fourth. Third K of the night here for Felton as she got a drop ball there to get Weddle. That's a pitch she kind of developed towards the back end of her UCF career. And now Alex Brown to hit here. With 2 on, 2 out, second and third. And Brown takes up high for a ball. Brown singled back in the first, grounded out to first in the third inning. The rookie from Clemson against the rookie from UCF. These two faced each other in Clearwater during the college season this past year in a game that was won by UCF. in extra innings over Clemson. And now they meet here again 4 months later as professionals. Brown ahead 2-0. That is sliced. Kaltsonek diving for it, but it goes foul. And the count is 2-1. Big moment in this ball game right here. Two balls and a strike to count. Line to first, caught. And the inning ends as Julia makes the catch. And Felton and the Monarchs get out of the jam on a nice grab there by Julia. As you look at the replay, well struck ball, but perfectly placed was Julia there at first base. Rise, strain 2. We head to the bottom of the 4th, still tied at 2. Bottom of the 4th here in Orlando in a 2-2 ball game. Alyssa Garcia will lead it off, followed by Kat Rodriguez. And then Kulsanopolis to hit. 6, 7, 8 in the Monarchs lineup against Courtney Weich. First pitch, ball 1, 1-0 the count. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the New York Rise. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Monarchs. And it's hit to third, foul.
That's true, but I mean, he's the champ, so.
1-1 pitch. Oh, Garcia couldn't hold her swing there. And the count is 1-2 with nobody on here to start the bottom of the 4th. One-two pitch. Garcia hits a fly ball to center. It's carried, back at the wall, and it's gone. See ya. Solo home run for Alyssa Garcia. Gives the Monarchs a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th on a solo homer by Garcia. Boy, she got all of that one. No doubter. And the Monarchs regained the lead. Third lead time the Monarchs have led in this ball game. And Alyssa Garcia could say she was the first Monarch to hit a home run here at the complex here in Orlando. Kat Rodriguez, the rookie from North Carolina, takes ball one. 1-0 the count. She walked back in the second inning and scored. The 1-0 is missed outside. 2-0.
Hell yeah.
Two-0 pitch. That's there. It's 3-0. Okay. A 3-0 pitch, and that's missed. And that's a 4-pitch walk through the rookie Rodriguez, who gets on here after the home run by Garcia. And that'll be it for Weish. We're going to have a pitching change as Coach Transos will go to the bullpen for the Rise. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for the Rise when we come back. We'll step away. Monarchs with a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the fourth. New pitcher for the Rise is Allie Light. Allie Light is the pitcher, former San Diego State Aztec, coming in here now in relief of Weish. First pitch to Julia is up and in. Ball one, 1-0 the count. So Allie Light facing Julia Kostanopoulos. Kostanopoulos here struck out in her first at-bat. Squares the butt, pulls back, takes for ball two. 2-0 the count. So Weish goes 3+ innings, gives up 3 runs, 5 hits, struck out 3, walked 1, is responsible for the runner at first. Of course, Allie Light was the ace for Stacy Newman's San Diego State Ball Club, including that super regional team back in 2023. Delivered a strike there. The count is 2-1.
It's 27.
The 2-1 pitch. Julia hits it to center. It's giving it a ride, but the catch is made for a loud out. Runners go back to first as Treeweiler makes the catch. Julia retired for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. That'll bring up Stormy Kotzelnick, who had the RBI double back in the second inning. She hits here with a runner at first and 1 out. She went around and it's a strike and it's 0-1. course, you got the rookie, Kat Rodriguez, at first base, who walked in the inning. The 0-1. Missed for a ball. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Kotsonek slices it left foul. Count is 1-2 to Stormy. The 3-2 lead for the Monarchs. Scored 1 in the first. The Rise tied it up in the top of the second. Monarchs scored 1 in the second on the double by Kotsonek. Rise tied it up at 2 in the third on a homer by Laird, and then the Monarchs here have taken the lead. Here's a base hit for Kotsonek. She dropped that one into the left side, into left field. Second hit of the night for the rookie Kotsonek, who's 2 for 2 in her home comeback, home return here at UCF. So 2 on, 1 out. And look at Stormy, good piece of hitting here. Just putting a bat on the ball, making contact. Picking up right where she left off in her final games at UCF, where she had an incredible regional in Austin. Now Coleman hits it to short. Laird is there, flip to second. That's all they'll get. They'll get Kotsonek out at second. It'll be first and third now with 2 outs. You see, Laird knew right away, I'm going to just make sure to underhand this to Blampede. And they were more concerned about Kat Rodriguez at third, making sure she wouldn't try to score. So it's first and third, 2 outs for Kylie Sand. And Sand takes a ball, 1-0 the count. The 1-0 to Sand, high, 2-0. 2 on, 2 out here in the fourth. The 2-0 pitch. Strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Just missed. 3-1 now to Kylie Sand. Walked in the first, and of course is 0 for 1 today with a walk. The 3-1 pitch. Foul back. And Allie Light here trying to keep this now 1-run game. Came in relief for Weish in this inning after the home run by Alyssa Garcia. The payoff pitch. Hit to third. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in time by Brown to retire to the side. But the Monarchs regain the lead on the solo homer by Alyssa Garcia. And at the end of 4, it's the Monarchs with a 3-2 lead here on this Monday in Orlando. top of the fifth here in Orlando on this early Monday evening. Glad you're joining us wherever you are tuned in. The Orlando Monarchs with a 3-2 lead over the New York Rise. Jenna Laird will lead it off for the Rise against Caitlin Felton. Starts her fifth inning of work. First pitch to Laird. Low for a ball. Laird homered back in the third inning. And a sacrifice bunt back in the first. Laird will be followed by Blampede and Courtney Day. 2, 3, 4 in the lineup for the Rise. That's missed 2-0. Felton. Oh, we're not sure where that missed, but it missed evidently, and it's 3-0. That was close. You see Laird. Had a good night here for the Rise, ahead of the count. And she takes a 4-pitch walk here to start the Rise fifth inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Blampede, who grounded out to first in the first inning, struck out in the third. Of course, if you're Megan Wiggins, you've got to be wondering, how much more can I lean on my pitcher, Felton, here in the fifth inning? As Blampede at the plate, squares the butt, missed it, and it's 0-1. On Thursday in the win, Felton got the victory. Sona Holligen, her former teammate at UCF, now once again reunited, closed the game out. Go around, no swing. Sona was warming up earlier, as was Vickers. Right now it's the right-hander Felton against the right-handed hitting Blampede. And Blampede drills one deep left, and that is out of here. 2-run homer for Riley Blampede gives the Rise their first lead of the ball game, leading 4-3 here in the fifth. Look at the last pitch, just hung one there. And that might be the last pitch of the evening for Felton. It will be. As that'll be a pitching change here for the Monarchs. We'll tell you about the new pitcher for the Monarchs when we step away for a moment. In a back and forth affair, the Rise have risen to take a 4-3 lead here in the fifth. Relief. Played a majority of her career at Rutgers. Lefty pitcher comes in relief of Felton, who goes 4+ innings, gives up the 4 runs, 6 hits. So now Vickers will come in and likely have a... Nope, Garcia stays in at catcher. I was wondering if they would have a catching change, but no, Garcia stays in. So Courtney Day now to hit. Still nobody out here in the 5th. A 4-3 lead for the Rise. First pitch low. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. See Day tonight. Struck out and it's walked. To strike it, it's a ball and a strike to count to Courtney Day. One pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Missed outside, 2-2. The 2-2, Day fouls it off down to third base side. So we'll do it again. The 2-2 pitch is line foul down the right side. It's been a back and forth game. Monarchs led 1-0 after 1, 2-1 after 2, and 3-2 after 4 innings. But the Rise have responded every time that the Monarchs have scored. They responded with a run in the second, took the lead 2-1 in the third, and then has responded here again in the 5th. That ball is hit to left. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. See ya. Courtney Day continues her stellar summer and her stellar 2025 year with a solo homer to extend the Rise lead to 5-3. Man, she had an incredible year at Arkansas and it's picked up here with the Rise. She has swung the bats well in her rookie campaign. Lauren Lucas will come to the plate. Lucas grounded out in the second inning and flew out in the third inning. Here's a wrapper to Vickers, who makes a nice backhanded play to get Lucas for the first out here in the 5th. Gonna bring up Spade to the plate. Look at this play by Vickers. Not easy, especially being a lefty. But was able to come up with that cleanly. Big first out. Now Spade at the plate. Oh, and 1 the count. That is missed for a ball. 1-1 the count. The ball to strike the count. That's missed. 2-1 the count to Spade. 2-1 pitch. To strike it, it's 2-2. Two pitch, swing and a miss. Spade goes down on strikes as Vickers gets the strikeout for the second out of the inning. Went upstairs, did Vickers, and challenged her to get the strikeout. Take a look there. Challenged Spade there, and Spade couldn't catch up. Now Nugent. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Lined into right, that will drop for a hit, and it'll be extra bases for Sophia Nugent, who rounds first and will have her second double of the night with 2 outs here in the 5th inning for the rookie from Tennessee, Sophia Nugent. So look at the replay. Nugent squared that one up, sliced it out for the double. And you see Spade do pinch run. You could do that here in this game with the limited rosters. Treeweiler now at the plate. Ashley Treeweiler. Swings at the first pitch. It's a fly ball to left. Kotzelnick is under it, and Kotzelnick makes the catch to retire the side. But the Rise score 3 here in the 5th and take a 5-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th here in Orlando. For the Rise, he's had a lengthy pro career, has pitched in Japan, of course, pitched for the USSSA Pride, of course, All-American at James Madison, played for Mickey Dean and Lord Laporte, comes in relief. No stranger to the Central Florida area. And she delivers a first pitch strike here in the 5th, so she comes in here, third pitcher for the Rise here in this ball game. White started, Allie Light came in relief, and now Ford. There's a comebacker to Ford, who will underhand to first in time to get a very important first out. in Morgan Smith. See Ford fielding her position. Now back Barbara. First pitch in the dirt, ball one. Defensive catching change. Nugent out, Boggs in. Leah Boggs catching for the Rise. And that pitch is just there to Mac Barbara. Reached on a fielder's choice and is lined out to short tonight. That's missed high. Of course, the Monarchs have had chances. They've left a lot of runners on base. They're playing in a back and forth game here tonight. 2-1 the count. That's low and in, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Missed ball four. One out walk to Mac Barbara. That'll bring up Allie Skaggs to the plate. Skaggs will come to the plate.
99.
Skaggs has struck out and popped up. 0 for 2 today. Swings first pitch, grounds to short. Laird to the second to one. Throw to first in time. Double play. A 6-4-3 double play ends the inning for the Monarchs. Good defense from Laird and the Rise here, turning the double play. And sends us to the 6th with the Rise still up 2. Welcome back. Top of the 6th. Kayla Weddle will lead it off here against Vickers. Here in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch from Vickers to Weddle. Weddle tries a butt. It's a good one. It'll be bare hand, but no play. No play by Garcia. Excellent execution by Weddle. That's a single. Bring up Alex Brown to the plate with a runner at first and nobody out. With Vickers in relief. There's a butt by Brown. Vickers, the lefty, will have no play. Back-to-back well-executed butts by the Rise. First Weddle, and now Brown. I have a regroup here for the Monarchs. But again, credit where credit is due. Alex Brown perfectly executed butt to the right side, read the defense well. You might see that. You saw a couple of hiccups like that in the Bahamas. It's a young team with the Monarchs, still figuring themselves out, learning about each other. Right now they're trying to regroup here. Still only down 2, 5-3 in the 6th.
The shortstop, number 3, Jenna Laird.
Jenna Laird at the plate. Laird with a sac bunt. Hit a home run in the 3rd and then walked in the 5th. First pitch, a strike, it's 0-1.
Coaches do not care.
And that's it to the right side. Nice play by Kat Rodriguez to make the play on the ground out.
The second baseman, number 26, Riley Blanby.
As Blampede will come to the plate as Laird is retired. 4-3 on the ground out. Nice play by the rookie Rodriguez. Blampede now takes a strike, 0-1 the count. Sure, back up there in the Carolinas. Alex Funderburg's got to be ecstatic to watch Kat Rodriguez and Alex Coleman playing. Both former Tar Heels. Of course, Funderburg knows this place very well. He worked here at one point. Now is the SID at North Carolina. 0-2. Outside, ball 1 to Blampede. Second and third and 1 out here in the 6th. Vickers trying to keep the Monarchs in striking distance. 1-2. High, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. That is lined to center, but playable. The catch is made. Tagging from third and scoring will be Weddle to extend the Rise lead to 6-3 on the sacrifice fly by Blampede. Runner at second held, so now runner at second, 2 outs. As Morgan Smith made the catch at center field. It's a 3-run lead for Courtney Day, who homered in her last at-bat. Takes ball 1, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Day grounds it to third. Skaggs to first, retire the side. But the Rise add a run and take a 6-3 lead going to the bottom of the 6th here in Orlando. And you see head coach Sydney Ball Malone, UCF head coach right there with the visor in attendance, along with some UCF alums and players. catching some pro softball here. Shannon Sale, former national champion, assisted at Oklahoma on the right with the sunglasses. Getting a chance to watch here some of the best in professional softball. Watching the Rise and the Monarchs playing here. Monarchs will be calling this complex home this summer. First pitch to Alyssa Garcia is missed for a ball. 1-0 the count. Garcia to lead it off. Followed by Kat Rodriguez. And a hit to first. A nice job by Spade at first base. That was a well-hit ball by Garcia, but a nice defensive play by Spade at first to retire Garcia for the first out here in the 6th inning. Here is Kat Rodriguez coming to play. Look at that play, though, by Spade. So now Rodriguez will come to the plate, or will she? Nope, they're going to be, let's see here. Coach Wiggins comes out. See if she'll make a move here. Rodriguez, the scheduled hitter against Jalen Ford. See Coach Wiggins got to be frustrated trying to find more consistent pitching. I think he's got to be pleased with the offense, except they probably feel they've left too many runners on base. I think they were maybe checking the lineup for something, but nonetheless, Rodriguez stays in. Facing 4, takes a strike, 0-1 to the young rookie, Kat Rodriguez. All-American out of North Carolina, has walked a couple of times here tonight. And has scored a run. One of the nation's best in RBIs this past season. One and one the count. That is up high, 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike to count to Rodriguez. You're in the bottom of the 6th, trying to start a Monarchs comeback. The 2-1 is missed there, in there for a strike, excuse me, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jalen Ford went upstairs and gets the rookie Rodriguez with a strikeout. 2 gone here in the 6th inning. Big strikeout for Ford, who came in relief in the 5th. Look at the replay. Just challenged the young rookie Rodriguez. Now Kusa Budopoulos. Lines one, and a catch is made by Blampede. What a play by Blampede to end the inning. Some leather being shown here by the Rise in the 6th inning. Highlighted by Blampede, something that she's accustomed to in her college career in South Carolina. She robs Julia here. A couple well-hit balls in the inning, but nothing showing for the Monarchs. We go to the 7th. Rise still up 3. Lauren Lucas. Lucas will lead it off here, top of the 7th for the Rise here against Vickers. Here in the 7th inning, a 6-3 lead. First pitch swinging, fouled ball off the netting. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Rise. 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Monarchs. Lucas will be followed by Spade and Boggs are the scheduled hitters. Monarchs will get a chance in the bottom half of the inning. They'll have the top of the order, Coleman, Sand, and Smith. Excuse me, Kotzelnick will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Monarchs. 0-2. That's up the middle, off the glove of Rodriguez and into center field. And Lauren Lucas opens the 7th with a single.
The first baseman, number 40, Carly Spade.
Gonna bring up Spade to the plate. Spade takes a ball, 1-0 the count. Spade flew out, has reached on an error, and struck out tonight. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for the Monarchs in the bottom of the 7th. Kotzelnick scheduled to lead it off, followed by Coleman and Sand. The 1-0. Popped up in the air. Again, there's not a cloud to be found today, so it'll be a challenge with the sun, but the catch is made by Morgan Smith to retire Spade for the first out here in the 7th inning.
The catcher, number 8, Leah Boggs.
Here's Leah Boggs to the plate. Came in as a defensive replacement a couple of innings ago. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1 to count to Boggs. The 0-1 pitch. It's a strike. And the count is 0-2. Caitlin Felton started this game, went 4+ innings. Vickers has come in relief.
You got fined for what, Tanner?
Sits.
Jeez.
The 1-2 pitch fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes the count. And that is outside, 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. The pitch away, and it's 3-2. Payoff pitch from Vickers. That is hit to right, but playable. Coleman makes the catch. Boggs is retired. 2 outs here in the 7th. Treeweiler would have played, had an RBI single back in the 2nd inning, reached on a fielder's choice. Went for 3 tonight for Treeweiler. First pitch, a strike, 0-1 to Treeweiler. Runner at first, 2 outs. Vickers trying to keep the Monarchs here within 3. With a chance to hit at the bottom of the 7th. That ball is hit to deep left. It's carried. It's carried. But the catch is made. Oh, what a catch. Stormy Kotzelnick showing off the leather. Robbie Treeweiler makes a huge defensive play to end the inning for the rookie from UCF, Stormy Kotzelnick. That was not an easy play. And it sends us to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Monarchs.
For the Monarchs, the left fielder, number 44, Stormy Kotzelnick.
Stormy Kotzelnick will lead it off here for the Monarchs. Last chance. Very fitting that Kotzelnick would lead off the 7th after that incredible catch in left field to end the inning. Facing Jalen Ford, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, a strike. Stormy had an RBI double back in the 2nd inning. He's also singled back in the 4th. Has a couple of hits tonight for the Monarchs. It's a nubbler to 2nd, fielded by Blampede. Throw to first in time to retire Stormy for the first out here in the 7th. A little grounder there. Nice job. Blampede's always been known for her glove. Alex Coleman will step in. Coleman, 1 for 3 tonight. If you're the Monarchs, you're just hoping that Coleman and then Sand can get on, and you got the heart of the order with your big power coming up. There's a butt, and just what you ordered if you're a Monarchs fan. Coleman with a beautiful bunt single. Smart play by Coleman, knowing the Monarchs need base runners down 3. Gets the bunt down with the defense playing back and gets on here with 1 out in the 7th inning. Now Kylie Sand will come to the plate, and if she can get on, that would bring the tying run to the plate. And Sand takes a strike from Ford. Oh, it won the count. That's high for a ball. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 is high. 2-1. Sand's had a walk and a single today. Trying to get on base to bring in the tying run to the plate. It's a grounder to short. Laird will go to 2nd. They'll get the force out in Coleman. Sand reaches at 1st, but the Monarchs are down to their last out. Morgan Smith will come to the plate. 1 for 3 tonight for Smith. Pitch a strike, and it's 0-1 to Smith. If Smith can get on, Mac Barbara would come to the plate as the tying run. Grounded to second, but Glampede is there. Will throw to first, and that will end it as the New York Rise come to Orlando and defeat the Orlando Monarchs 6-3. The final score, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Rise. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Monarchs. Allie Light gets the win in relief. Ford, I believe, gets the save. Caitlin Felton gets the loss, but building blocks for this young Monarchs team. Make sure you follow them on Instagram as they will hit the road for the rest of the week. They'll be back here in Orlando a week from tonight with the Atlanta Smoke will be in town. The Smoke and the Monarchs right here Monday, a week from tonight, 6 o'clock. We'll have that for you. Thanks to our great crew for all their work behind the scenes. And thanks to all of you for tuning in here to watch some pro softball. Eric Lopez saying so long from Orlando here at the UCF Softball Complex. The Monarchs falling to the Rise 6-3 on a historic night here in Orlando and the UCF Softball Complex. Good night. Have a great week. We'll talk to you a week from tonight.